Damion, Jason Dumas with Kron. Take us through that last sequence. Did you have a feeling that the ball would come back to you? I know the play was probably drawn up for Steph. He got a lot of attention. Can you take us through that last play?
Yeah, play had three different options, and I basically told Loon coming out of the timeout, obviously potential for a 5-second violation. I said, if I count to 4 and give you eye contact, just come back and we'll play hit hand back, and whatever happens. Knowing they were going to be aggressive on Steph, knowing they were going to be aggressive on Wiggs, and it worked out the way that not the way that we planned it, but we got the win.
Damion, Connor Letourneau, San Francisco Chronicle. Going back to high school, how many game winners do you think you've hit in your career?
In high school, I had some game-winning free throws. My championship game. And then in college, probably hit a couple at Drexel, a couple at Louisville, some in the G League. But that's not really something that I try to keep track on. Main thing is just trying to get a win, period. So, I'm glad that we, came together. I feel like the word, for our, how we've been playing is just, perseverance, just being able to fight through adversity. Not giving up and playing until the final buzzer. And, we did that today. We took some steps in the right direction. So, small win.
Speaking of that, what did you think of what Steph did in the second half after an up and down first half?
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, obviously, came in, shooting the ball, getting guys involved, playing off ball, on ball. And then, when a player like that caliber is in the zone, you sort of know it and you see it, and it's just a beauty to watch. But obviously the end result is trying to get a victory, and that's what we did today.
Damion, I'll have to double check these numbers, but I think at least twice in the fourth quarter, the Bulls still had like a 6-point lead or an 8-point lead, and you guys had to dig out of that a few times. What do you think about that fight to the finish, that this was going to be your first win come hell or high water?
Huge. It's huge. I mean, even, we can talk about Steph playing well, Wiggs getting to his spots and scoring, the game-winning shot, Eric playing well. But I think one thing that really helped change the energy and set the tone in the second half was Kelly picking up defensively. I think he had 4 steals all in the third quarter. He's picking up defensively, and that really helped set the tone. Basketball is a game of runs. They made their run, we made our run, and when it came down to it, they scored, and then we had an opportunity at the end. But I think definitely have to give a huge shout out to Kelly for setting that defensive tone. Brad set the defensive tone as well, so that was a huge turnaround for us.
Steve said that he's starting to kind of mold the offense more to fit this personnel, essentially. How different does it start to feel like you guys are forming offensively?
I mean, obviously the offensive stuff is gonna take time. It's gonna take reps. We're obviously practice just having to put guys in positions where guys are comfortable, and so they can start seeing those pictures. So, I mean, definitely guys, whether it's someone's left-hand driver, right-hand driver, could shoot from the right corner. So, we're starting to put those pictures together, and that's definitely a testament to coach understanding guys' strengths and weaknesses. So, we're only 3 games in. We're 3 weeks into all of it. So, we'll start tailoring things and figuring it out, in the next couple of weeks.
Steph so well. How frustrated can you sense he is right now with his jumper? And then how did you see him today kind of get to the rim to kind of nullify that?
Yeah, I mean, anybody that can shoot the basketball, the main thing of people that can shoot is nobody wants to miss 2 in a row. Like that in itself is going to frustrate you. So, him just picking his spots and seeing where he could attack. I think today was definitely, a glimpse of him, settling more into that as, coach has been tailoring the offense towards guys' strengths. So, it's all a work in progress, and it's something that, we're going to still continue to build on and start layering. So, as I said before, this is, we're just trying to layer things now so that, in the second half of the season we can have, our strong foundation.
Hey, Dane, William Hammers here with Sports Fans Rap. Like, how big of a lift is it to the team for this victory, and how's that going to carry into the next round of game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's huge for us, getting the monkey off our back and getting our first win. But this is a win. We got it. Doesn't matter how it happened and what fashion. It's a check in the left column. And for us, it's just about building on the things that helped us get this win. And then obviously trying to minimize the mistakes that we had, whether it's transition defense, getting teams in the bonus early in quarters, and just trying to overcome those mental lapses.
Hey, Damion, when Andrew Wiggins is going downhill like that, using screens, driving to the rim, kicking out, how important is it going to be for you guys going forward to have that element to the offense?
It's huge. I mean, every time Wiggs drives, he's smart enough and capable enough, whether it's to get in the rim or find the open guy and kick out. And he's honestly one of the best athletes I think I've ever played with. So obviously Wiggs getting downhill, being able to create. Aside from Steph, aside from Kelly, we all have to help continue to put guys in position so that they can be successful. And I know that may sound cliche, but at the end of the day, in order for a team to be successful, everyone has to do their part. It doesn't matter if you're a max guy or a minimum guy. From 1 through 15, everyone has to sort of, do their part to, help continue to make us successful. And then in the long run, guys, the transition will be seamless.
Damion, you've watched Juan, and you kind of know his journey. What's it like for just knowing from where he started, like, to where he is now? Like, how do you think about how he's done? What comes to mind?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's huge. I mean, I've known Juan for, I'd say, the past 2-3 years. We literally clicked just right off the bat. Literally, it felt like he was one of my best friends growing up. Just seeing his journey, knowing his path. We always talk. There's this song by Mary Mary, and me and you talked about it before, Marcus, called Can't Give Up Now. And, it's a gospel song, and there's been times where, we've had conversations with each other, down and upset, but, we always remind each other, you just can't give up. Like, your story is your story, and you're put in this position, so why not take advantage of it? And I just love Juan's energy, his IQ. His stats may not be the sexiest. He may not score the ball or shoot it as well as people may think, but he's a capable shooter. He's a great defender. He's smart as hell, extremely high IQ, and he is an NBA basketball player. So regardless of the two-way, all that tag, it's just your current situation. But Juan Toscano-Anderson is an NBA player.
Damion, to follow up on that quickly, you've always been open about how hard you worked to get to this point in your career. And you've knocked down shots, obviously, before in the past, but to knock down this kind of shot, to get mobbed by your teammates, to go in the locker room and have all that joy, what is that experience like for you?
I mean, it's great. It just shows how much, the coaching staff and my teammates trust and believe in me. So, definitely going to soak this up and, enjoy it. But once tomorrow gets here and practice, and we get to practice, it's about locking in and focusing in on Detroit. We got one last game of this road trip, been on the road for 10 days. So, just trying to finish this road trip, with a success, and then, go home and then, start our 2-week, 3-week homestand. So definitely felt great. But most importantly, I'm just happy that we got the win. That's the main thing I care about. Stats can go out the window. I know my strengths and weaknesses. I just know I want to do whatever it takes for us to get a win.
Damion, your shot's been going pretty good, as well as Michael Mulder and Wiseman. But could you sense the frustration from the other guys that just were not being able to make those 3-point shots they usually make the first couple of games?
Yeah, I mean, that's basketball. We also have to take into consideration that, this is a completely –
we got to take into consideration that he hit the big shot tonight. Congratulations, my boy.
Hey, I just talked you up, so,
Then it's going to be my turn to talk you up.
Crazy. Sorry. I mean, at the end of the day, the reality is, and there's no excuses about it, we have guys that are playing positions that we're not playing positions, but are in spots that they're not used to. So, that's why the beauty of it is, we're a team, whether it's, first through 15, the head coach, the GM, all the way down to video guys, Ruben, Nick, Kerr, and all those guys, you know, it's about trying to put guys in those positions to score and getting guys those shots. I mean, I'm not too concerned about guys missing shots now. The thing that's, you know, most concerning is, you know, us on the defensive end. As long as we can get stops and then get out and run like we did today, you know, shots are going to fall. The ball finds energy. Everybody's out there being positive and encouraging each other. I don't care if guys go 0 for 50 from 3. We're all going to stand up the next time that someone is wide open from 3 and cheer them on and encourage them to shoot a shot, because that's what our team is about. We gel so much off the court. We're brothers in the span of 3 weeks. We all love each other and we want to see each other be successful.